Hello there guys, so just before this video starts I'm just going to explain a few things that have changed with the ship designs because a few people have been a bit picky in regards to the way the ships have been allocated. So just to go through, the escort ships will be fast and agile and they're light arms. Now the escorts are, as they state, escort ships, so they will basically be surrounding the more important ships and have some sort of, you know, light to medium arms that will hopefully deter enemy from getting in. Battleships, again, are still going to be slow and heavy. That's it. They're going to be quite big, boisterous things, and they're going to be pretty hard hitting. The assault ships are fast. These are going to have the large crew capacity because they are for the sort of commandos that would be sent into stations and things. So yeah, that's a bit of a difference, and they will be medium arms. The cruiser will be a mission ship, and this will be set up for command. I've got a bit of a typo there. Whoops. And so this ship, its mission is to be the command ship, and it will be medium arms as well, and then the carriers will be slow with the large ship capacity. So I hope that's cleared up a few things. So now I'm going to show you the new ship. So see you guys in a sec. Hello guys, and welcome to the first episode with the new ship building in Fleet Commander. Now this ship is called the DDC-Bowen, and basically what it is designed for is escort duty. So this thing would be surrounding the sort of, you know, the main pack of ships and hopefully deter and take a lot of the damage before, you know, the enemy get into the pack and start to destroy things. So this thing is kind of a mixture between light and medium arms. It's not too over the top with guns. It's very quite lightly armoured, you know. Well, I say lightly armoured. It's got heavy armour on the top on the main decks, and then it's like light armours holding it together. So I like it. I really do like this ship. I've gone with a completely sort of like an overhaul of ships, and I've gone with a weird sort of point to the bottoms of the ships now, and rather than having a flat bottom ship, and they kind of, you know, still resemble a boat of sorts, like a 21st century boat, but they're very, very different. And I've also used some of the azimuth engines rather than the industrial mod ones because they just look beautiful. I mean, just being able to show the whole exterior of a freaking engine's beautiful. Now this thing is fairly quick. It can, you know, move around quite freely. I'll show you a bit of the movement when we look at the ship, like the interior of it. But this is it. It's a lot of jagged edges, and again, I've tried to use heavy armour in strategical places because ships wouldn't really be able to get a hit in sort of directly on the front of this ship because of the way the armour slopes and everything, which is sort of a design that is the way it's meant to be designed. And then on the top I've added heavy armour. Reason for that is because the heavy armour will sort of take all the brunt damage and, you know, sort of deflect it all and protect anyone inside. So the main crew quarters, well the main crew quarters, the main sort of how do you call it, the main cockpit is in the top. I've gone with very traditional boats and sort of put that as the top section. I know it's quite dangerous, but this is sort of the way I wanted to design things, like 21st century boats but in space, and I think I've done really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over to the docked version over here, and we will go into the interior of it and just show a little bit off. So here we go. So we actually have an entrance at the back of the ship because I found it easier to do it this way. The back sort of cuts off and you've got these sort of engines either side, and literally you hop into this sort of little catchment area where it's sort of designed to stop people falling off, and then you come down to this area here which takes you through some doors. Now this is the airlock, so this is like where sort of your personnel would come, depressurise, repressurise to go outside and things like that, and then they'd sort of be able to dump their suits in their lockers and whatever before they go out or come back in. They can grab them. So we come through this airlock and we're instantly greeted by the main sort of mess hall I put it in this section because it was the largest area, and I wanted to make sure there's plenty of space in this, because even though it's an escort, there's still going to be a fair few people working in this place, and you know, these ships are going to have to be designed to be self-sustainable while away from the fleet. So they've got to have general living quarters in, and that's what I'm going to try and achieve with most of the other ships. So with these rooms, again, I've got light switches in, so you can turn the lights off and on, save a bit of power if you wish. And we come through here, and then we're greeted by the sort of general meeting hall, which is like a large room, quite high ceilings. This actually is where the large tower is, where the control tower is, so you can see where the spaces all come from. And this kind of darts off into different directions now. I'll take you through the ins and outs of the bottom section, then we'll go up to the top, and then we'll sort of look at flying this thing. But again, this has like the light switches in, so you can turn things on and off, save a bit of power. There are a few dark areas, but I don't really mind that, because you get that in normal crafts of sorts in sort of real life, so you're never going to have a light area. So we come through here and we got some sort of armaments, sort of storage section, and again we have lights that can turn on and off. There's a control panel just there which turns them on and off, and we got some conveyors that are coming through for the guns, because we're actually in the winglets now. And we come through this door and we got the general bedding area, which is like this nice red bedding. I went with the red with the grey because it just kind of suited it. Wish it was kind of a paler red rather than this bright red, but it looks nice enough. And you know, you can hop into the beds and sort of chill out and shizzle whizzle and just sleep. And again, crucial for this area, a light switch, so the crew can turn the lights on and off, and the main sort of commander has control of the lights to tell people when to come in to the ship and when not to come in, or when they're under danger and things like that, and shizzle whizzle. So we come through here now, and we've got like an open med area, which is just open for the fact that it makes it easier for crew members to get into this section and heal up quickly and then dart off again. A med room like this, some people will say, well, what if you get an intruder? They can sort of camp down here while shooting up into the other areas of the ship. The way I see it is they've got to get through a lot of areas first beforehand, so it's quite hidden in terms of things, because you start off at the back of the ship and you have to come in through the ship, so it's they're bound to encounter someone while coming through there. So we got some beds here again. You can lie in the beds and everything, and we got like, what's that, 4 sort of bays to heal in, which is adequate for the amount of people that will be on the ship. And we come in here and we have a fully fledged toilet and bathroom place with lockers, so you can have your shower and everything and wash up and everything, then just come out of here and then you're all ready to go. And there's only one bathroom toilet on this place because of just space saving, and most people would be busy anyway. So we come through here, and this is the operations room. This is like the heart of the ship. It's fairly far forward, but the ship isn't designed to ram, so this is kind of the place I wanted it to be at, because this is where the main gun is, right up above, so that's protecting the engines as well. So we've got 2 of these large reactors here which look really nice in their spot, and it kind of looks nice being one and the other. And then we got some chests and things, and then we got some containers we can access. We got these should actually open up the doorways, but currently they're not wanting to do a lot, so we'll see if they want to do something now. So we want to go open close. Yeah, these are bugging out on me at the moment, because these actually open up to allow you to see outside, and they got blast shields on. And I'd set them all up correctly and everything, grouped them, and stuck them in a group, and so I could open them and close them, but they don't seem to open and close for some reason. But again, we got light switches, and we also have this is a new thing I'm wanting to do with most of my ships. I thought about repairs. How the hell are you going to repair a ship if you aren't near like a carrier or anything? Basically what this is you've got a refinery here, well, a arc furnace, a blast furnace, whatever you call it, and then you've also got the assembler here. And what happens here is you can refine the iron, own the iron, because I only want iron to be done, and then you can make plates. And the reason why is because a lot of this ship will just take damage to the exterior blocks, Sure, the cannons may take damage and things like that, but you should have a surplus of supply to, you know, fix them just in case. But a large amount of the damage will be dealt to a lot of the armour, so I figured, well, you can use iron plates for a lot of things and tubing and things like that. So I've kind of just got this blast furnace and assembler sort of stuck together, and it looks really nice in here. Actually, it looks like a busy room. Like you'll have the 2 people sitting here, which I have named, which that one's really the refinery station, this one should be the assembler station. Yeah, and you can have like 2 people sitting here monitoring sort of if anything's damaged, and then if something does become damaged, they can make the stock to produce things to repair it with. So that's the whole idea around that. And I hope you guys like that idea, because I really do want to continue doing that with the ships. Like things when it comes to carriers, they'll have a lot more obviously, but yeah, so we head upstairs from the meeting room and we come up into this, like I'm calling it the server room, and I've actually used these AI blocks which look pretty cool up here, and it's just like an area where all your files will be stored and things. These doors are purely for emergency only, but it leads to a balcony where you can sort of get out just in case anything does happen. So say if the ship starts to lose pressure and you can't get to the back of the ship for whatever reason, or it's unsafe to do it that way, you can get out this way and fly off. So that's one of the features I've sort of tried to implement as well, other ways of getting out but making it safe enough so nobody can break in. So we come up here and this is the control deck. This is like the main area where everything will happen, and it's quite airy. I've designed in mind of visibility, so all these do open, but currently the control to do that doesn't seem to want to work properly. But these will all open and you can get a really good, you know, view of things behind your ship as well as in front, which is crucial for a ship like this, because you don't really want to be in the dark when it comes to, you know, is there anything behind us? And you can open up these blast doors, but then if you're going to be colliding with something, you can hit a button, have them all closed using a timer, which I have got set and everything, but again it doesn't work at the moment. And then you can have all these close all instantaneously, and you know you're safer because the glass will be put away and it won't sort of shatter and things like that. So that is like the majority of this ship. I like this sort of control room. It's smaller. I know some of you guys have been saying that you know, these control rooms I make are quite big for the ship, but with this I've actually named these. This is the console with the main chair, so that's just like the general console. Then you've got the gunner seat, which is for the main gunner, which I'll show you moving in a second. And then you've also got support gunner 1, which is for the side turret on the left hand side. This one's for the right hand side, so those have control over these turrets here just in case you need more accurate fire putting on an area. And then you've also got the, I believe this is communications, yeah, communication control, so we can turn on and off your you know, you can set the distances for your antennas and your beacons and things, and make it so that, you know, if your commander, if I don't want the ship to be seen for so many thousand meters or whatever, he can turn it down a little bit on the fly. And then with this one, this is the operation management, so this has control over whether the refinery and the assembler are on, just to save a bit more power. I'm always power conscious with these ships. And then we've also got batteries in this as well, because this does support a rechargeable battery feature, so we can charge up all the batteries and this thing can self-sustain for a few minutes or maybe hours depending on what you're using, to you know, if it gets shot or the reactors are damaged or whatever. So I think we'll jump in the gunner seat now and actually show you guys the gun moving, because I like these guns. I've sort of generated and perfected this design. I took another design off the workshop and then I've sort of tweaked with it and made it my own and taken the shape and everything and just retweaked it so it's like an even number and it looks a bit nicer. And I think these are going to be like the main battle cannons I'm going to be using, and I can swap out the guns as well. As long as they load from the back end, I can swap out the guns, which is nice. So what I'll do is, if we start controlling this, so this has an X and a Y axis, so if I go 2, it can turn. Now I've actually set this so it only goes 110 in the one direction, 110 in the other direction, 110, yeah, 110 in both directions. Oh my god. So basically that means that you can't shoot yourself but you can just go a bit further back. So it does have its limits, but that's only for safety reasons. So that is sort of the x-axis, I think it's the x-axis, or the y even. And then you've got the 4 and 5, which control the up and down of the cannon, so this can actually fire in all directions, which is good for something of its sort. And then you've also got a camera on the end, so if you want to be a bit more accurate, you can, you know, 4 and 5 and just sort of look up and down, and then you can of course click to fire. And this cannon is absolutely beast. So the CSD cannons are one of the best guns in the mod area. So that is the majority of this ship. I think what I'll do is I'll get over to the other one and we'll sort of have a bit of a fly around. Now bearing in mind, so it does handle more of like a boat. It has a little bit of a mind of its own when it you know, gets up to speed, and if you want to slow down, you have to sort of slow down accordingly. You can't just slow down and turn at the same time, or else it'll just sort of skid off a little bit. But it moves how I want it to move, and I think that's, you know, main priority. So if we go F8, we'll move over here. I'll just show it off a bit and go F9 so I can control it. Here we go. So it does turn very well. It's got quite a lot of gyroscopes in, but in terms of movement, it is pretty good. Again, slowing down, it's a little bit slow to slow down, but it really only needs to go forwards and backwards and then sort of turn quickly, and it should be able to do that. It'll probably overkill it a little bit and, you know, overswing, but you know, it's how it is, and you know, I may get it a little bit better in the future, but for now I'm happy with this design. And again, look at that movement speed. It's sick. It's brilliant. So I think while I'm just messing this up completely, oh my god, there we go, I'll come out of this screen and go back over. So this has been the DDC-Bowen, guys. I hope you guys actually enjoy this ship and sort of understand some of the design choices I've made on this, and I hope you enjoy the way I'm doing the videos for these, and because I'm literally going to be throwing all of my brain power into a lot of these ships, and this ship took quite a few hours today, from about 6 in the morning, because I woke up stupidly early and sort of been building since then, and it's 12 o'clock now, yeah, 1 o'clock, sorry. So yeah, so it's taken a few hours, but it's got there, and yeah, I think this is a settled design now. And if you guys have enjoyed this, then please like, favourite, and of course subscribe for more. This won't be going in the workshop yet because I want to build the second one, and then it will go onto the workshop. But yeah, so again, like, favourite, and of course subscribe for more. I'll see you guys later. Peace!